Hello, this is a review of the CryptoTab browser, which, as you may know, is a browser that allows you to mine Bitcoin while you're doing other things on the computer, you're surfing and whatnot. So this is basically a live review of it, and I'm also going to attempt to withdraw from Bitcoin or from the balance for the first time on on the CryptoTab browser. So if I search for CryptoTab browser here, this is just Edge, so it's not installed here. I have installed CryptoTab browser on a sandbox computer, which is always a good idea if you want to check it out. I just have a plain Jane computer that doesn't really have it much installed on it, and I install it there. So we're going to go ahead and get CryptoTab browser.site here. We're going to go ahead and download CryptoTab, accept and install the basic agreement here. It's always a good idea to read this agreement, although probably not many people do. Because they do have advertising and other things on CryptoTab. So CryptoTab is, do you want to get this? Yes, we're going to go ahead and run it. So it's successfully completed. And it does suggest rebooting the computer to optimize mining performance. We're not going to do that now because we're recording this video. And I'm not going to open it as a full window here. Oh, looks like it disappeared. Decided to go away. No, we're not going to restore. But here it is. And as I'm going to show you here, it is version 74. So it's CryptoTab browser is made possible by the Chromium open source project and other open source software. So it's you see here it looks very similar to Chrome itself, right? And it is even syncing automatically to my Gmail account. You would have to log into Google for that. I log into both Google and Twitter. You do not need to have a Google account for it. It's just a little more secure because it secures your wallet. It's not really a wallet, but it secures your account that accumulates. Now we're going to go over here and we're going to go to we're going to go ahead and look at the apps and see what it installed. Here it is. I don't see anything else installing. There's CryptoTab itself. And it doesn't appear as though it installs anything beyond just the CryptoTab browser itself. It has a couple of new ones here. Clean browser, CryptoTab Start. It's an extension. It's basically the start page for CryptoTab. Like if I open a new tab, it shows this nice little jump start page, It also shows your mining results down here in the corner. And it has all these nice little settings. So if you want to make it look different. So now, once it's installed, we're going to actually go to the mining window, which is here, this little icon right here in the corner. It's a custom little CryptoTab icon. If you click it, then you see here the mining. This is my balance right now. It's just about $1 and a half, $1.6, because I've been mining it, but it's just my initial use of this product. Here you can just turn on the mining. You can set it to max. You can set it to half. I will have to say that if you set it to max, the computer does get warmer. The temperature goes up because the CPU usage goes way up. So if I go here to Task Manager, 100% CPU usage. And I thought, oh, that could be an issue. But the thing is, the nice thing about this CryptoTab, even though it's using a lot of the CPU, it doesn't really interfere with other programs. Like I can continue to use the computer, and it basically allows other programs higher priority. So they it essentially will use resources that aren't being used. So when you open another program, the other program does not really notice that Chrome is in the back, that a CryptoTab is running as much. Although it does slow it down a little bit, I noticed that. But for instance, if we open Photoshop, Photoshop is just slightly jerkier with the CryptoTab browser running in the background, but it will probably, due to the fact that it's gaining resources, it has to, acquire resources, and CryptoTab has to, give up those resources for it to use. But if you do have an issue, you can always go into the CryptoTab and turn it off, and then everything is back to normal. So if you turn it on max and you browse with it, it's still pretty fast. Right? It's slightly jerkier, but it's pretty fast. I mean, you can, that's the nice thing about it, is that it's kind of designed to run in a spare tab here. So it's really good for if you do a lot of internet browsing, because you can just run it in a spare tab in the background. I also run it overnight when I'm not using the computer. As long as you don't have to worry about your CPU overheating, right? Because it does push it to 100% usage. So if that's not a problem for your computer, you're okay. And if it is a problem, you can always set the mining down, and then it will no longer go to 100% usage. Now see, if I set it down to halfway, it only uses about 60% CPU. And so that is a nice thing about it. You have a lot of control here. If you set it to max, it will go to 100% usage, and your CPU will then, of course, show nearly 100% usage, and it will have to give up resources when you open a program at the same time. All right, so in this tab, we have a few things here. We have our mining controls, which you can set to max or off or medium. And then here it tells you about what your hash rates are, hash per second. This is how much you've mined. This is affiliate mining and your referrals. This is your account balance. They make that very large for some reason. And if you want to get referrals, you can earn a certain percentage of your referrals cash, but they don't notice that you're earning that from them. They don't get, nothing gets deducted. They have a lot of share options of sharing the CryptoTab browser with your friends and other people on different social media sites so that you can get affiliates, gain affiliates. If you want to do that, I haven't done that because I've just been reviewing the product, so I have not attempted to gain affiliates. But they have a lot of nice resources for this, ready-made promo materials. They have landing pages, social sharing, and banners, and several different features. You can even, like, you can generate a banner of several different sizes. It will create it kind of on the fly almost. And then they have like free landing pages for like advertising if you want to advertise it in order to gain affiliates. And affiliates will allow you to get a percentage up to 5 levels, although it gets progressively smaller. First line affiliates are 15%, and then it progresses down to fifth line affiliates, which is 2%. And the affiliates, they don't notice that you're getting that. So they just get the same amount. The nice thing about CryptoTab is it comes on Android and iOS too as well, so you can basically set up kind of a mining farm of all your devices. Like I've installed it on my tablet, and the nice thing about that is when I'm not using my tablet, it pretty much just runs. And the tablet doesn't really use much electricity, so it's nice. It can just run forever. And then I'll grab it every once in a while and turn the immediately on the fly. I can just go and turn it off if I want to. This is about and it just tells you here, explains the affiliate system. Level 1, 15%, 10%, 5%, 3%, 2%. Actually, it goes to 10 levels. My mistake. I just saw this real quickly. 5 levels. So it goes all the way to 10 levels, which it progresses down to 0.0625%. And they give you a large quantity of promotional materials. Here is where you can get your links. This is just, you can create links for different reasons. If you want to track things, track response rates, where people are most interested in joining this, doing this sort of thing, and click your link and sign up, you can see what's most responsive. So this is the dashboard. First, here's my Twitter account. Also here. So the payment journal, it has um, no payments. I have not withdrawn anything from this before. So this will be the first time withdrawal. I've only installed it, I've had it installed for about a week, maybe 10 days. Actually, first I'm going to go over here and show you this right here. This is the little hamburger. These are the share features, share and link creation. Right here is just the promo material. And this is the hamburger. So here in this little control here, it shows your balance, your mind, your affiliate, your earnings, your withdrawal, and your current mining. Down here, there's just more promotional, and then it shows what account you're logged in. So I'm logged into Gmail or Google. But you can also do this for Twitter or Facebook. And then they have little things here like tutorial where it'll show you and explain to you everything on the screen. So that can be nice. If you're not sure what everything is, it'll explain it to you. And the nice thing about this is you could still use other browsers if you like. You just minimize this browser, and then like I use Firefox more. So I'll just minimize it and use Firefox. But it does do better, perform better in the background if it's used, if it's the browser that's being used rather than minimized. Um, if it just remains as a tab on the browser while you're doing other things, um, then it performs a little bit. It'll mine better because if it's active, it performs better and more. And so that's the thing about this product, is that it's very convenient to just mine while you browse, while you surf the web. So we're going to go ahead and just do the withdrawal. And I see here we need a Bitcoin address. Since it is mining Bitcoin, we will need an address. So I have here BitPay. It allows me to get a credit card. I have a lot of wallets, but I'm also reviewing wallets. So addresses, I'm just going to go down here and get my address, copy to clipboard. That's funny, for postal address. And I just click the max BTC. So I'm just going to withdraw. And then we're going to go ahead and do withdraw. Your payment request successfully created. You will get the funds soon. Okay. Now if we click OK, you still have the same 0.22 Mbit. If we go to our payments journal, here it is, payment in progress to this address today, confirmed. For this amount. It may take a little while here for us to do this. We'll go ahead and scan for funds just to see. Nope, still the 2 Mbit. We're back now. It did take all day to go through, but as you notice now, the balance is significantly less. This is how much I generated since the this is how much I've mined since the withdrawal. I withdrew the maximum, as you may recall, and so that was everything that I had. But because it kind of took all day to process, this is how much I have mined since then. So, I mean, there's 5 zeros in front of it, so it's not even an mbit. It's not even close to an mbit, really. Uh, not even close to a C-bit, and it's nowhere near full Bitcoin. But it is quite a bit, actually, from a mining perspective. So it's already, it's already over 5 cents, 5.5 cents. Which this fluctuates because the value of the Bitcoin changes all day. So what we're going to do first here is we're going to go over to our dashboard, and we're going to check out our payment journal. We're going to see now it reads completed, and it's sent to my address that I specified. And the total amount was 22,764. Now, if I pull up my BitPay, here's my wallet. Now my wallet used to say just 2 mbit, right? Which is, as you know, it's a tenth of a cent to, C-bit, tenth of a C-bit, which is just like a cent to Bitcoin. So 2 mbit. Now it says 2 mbit and 22.7. So if I click the transaction, I look here, see it gives me the exchange rate value of that 2.227 is 166, just like we were discussing earlier in the video. I had about a $1.60, $1.66, and there were 6 confirmations. That makes it very solid, and I can even view the blockchain from this BitPay. But there's no need to go into that. It did arrive at 3:58 p.m. and I initiated it at 6:20 a.m. Earlier in the video, that was 6:20 a.m. today on the May 18th, and this is 3:58. It arrived at 3:58 p.m. May 18th. So it did take the most of the day to get to me, but the good news is it showed up and everything's good. It does appear to have some unusual little rounding issues that may have occurred, and I don't see any reference to fees anywhere. So I thought maybe it was I thought it lost at 64 from the fees, but I don't see that. It's possible that it's just rounding it to this digit here, and I actually do have extra money there, and it's just not showing it to me. So that's good. And I do have this connected to my Coinbase account also. So it was a successful transaction. I was able to mine $1.66 in my spare time, and from a couple of different devices. I ran a couple of different devices at once with CryptoTab connected to the same account. So it was kind of like a multi-device mining operation. I practically was running a farm at some point. I had my cell phone and a couple of tablets. Even though the cell phone and the tablets don't mine as much the hashes per second, they still add to the mining, and if you're not using them, it's just extra mining power. So it definitely was successful. It'd probably be nice to have significantly more horsepower in one of the systems. One thing I'd have to say is that the nice thing about CryptoTab is it doesn't rely strictly on your graphics processor. A lot of mining programs will just use your GPU. So to do mining, you have to have like a really nice graphics card. But this will use your CPU and your, I believe it just mostly uses your CPU to do the mining. So it depends really on the power of your processor. Um, but it, there is other techniques that I will be researching. Like I was wondering if I could get a server address for CryptoTab and hook up a couple of um, independent miners that don't use, that you don't install the browser on. And I will be investigating that from CryptoTab, but I don't see any way to do that right offhand. Um, because I've done that before. I've mined, you know, um, you set up a couple of USB miners or whatever. You got some computers with heavy graphics cards and you just input a server address and it does the mining and communicates with the server. Um, but I don't see any way to do that offhand. This is definitely a very elegant technique. It gives quite a bit of hash power too. Hash per second is pretty good. I've tried a couple of other miners and they don't actually provide as much for some reason. The hash per second is lower, and the amount of Bitcoin that you earn is also lower. So I'm not sure how tab is improving upon that and increasing the hash per second and the return. But I think with the convenience, it makes it a really, really sexy solution for mining in the modern era.